Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. On first down, right back to Gibson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one a 14-yard play, and it keeps this drive moving.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. This defense for the Bears, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop on and 1.
Well, you got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 35. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll go again. Gibson gets hit, and he fumbles it. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Let's face it, everybody at the start of a game has a mental image of how they expect it to go, and I think that was going exactly as they scripted it offensively. Moving the ball well, seemingly in control, and that fumble, that's got to be a little bit deflating, don't you think?
Yeah, foiled the whole plan there, turned the ball over. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season, and that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
And he is going to lose yardage here. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. First carry now for David Montgomery. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests.
Looking for Cruz, and it's intercepted. 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, for the offense, it looked like that drive had the makings of something good. They were starting to hit a groove, but the defense clearly had other ideas, not only to force the turnover, but to handle the scoring themselves.
Yeah, no panic in their eyes, was there, partner? Think about it this way. Hall of Fame coach Ross told me the best characteristic he liked out of his teams was that they didn't flinch. This group, they got pushed back in an early series, kept their composure, and made a big play that swung the momentum their way.
And no thought to bring... Just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And this game, CD, some are calling it the game of the year. Others are saying, hey, this is the Super Bowl preview. And as we speak, these are the top seeds in each conference. How do you think these two teams approach this one internally?
And I think that we both subscribe to the theory that it is the game of the year so far, and it could be a Super Bowl preview. I know outwardly both teams are going to tell us, hey, it's 1 of 16. We're going to do what we do. Let's just go ahead and play our game. But I think we both know that internally, they're saying we've got to establish we're the team to beat in case we see them again.
They'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down.
A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice game.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find a way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And all the way in for the touchdown. 72 yards on the punt return.
And the Express are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And it's now 14-0. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted.
And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Etienne up the middle. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Open man is Anderson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. On play action, Lawrence. This one left side caught by Gibson. He can only get a yard after all that. It's 2nd down. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Travis Etienne with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Express take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense... Fields hit, and the ball is loose.
And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
21-0 our score after 1. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
Going up the gut, Montgomery. This time, good ball security and a good result. 1st and 10.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Now it's Fields.
So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, it's been this negative ways. He just got back to the line of scrimmage. But when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nearly a huge return as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm willing to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
And he's got some space here.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 66 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Now Lawrence on first down. Looking for Ridley on the out route. He's got him. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground. Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
A second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On third down, here's Gibson.
And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a fourth down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Fields now to throw.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the defense.
On the move past the 40.
And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so, and there's your end result right there.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Now Lawrence to throw.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive with a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Back to throw, Fields.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
Trayvon Walker.
That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack.
Fields. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, with the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback, and even a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
3rd and long. It's Fields.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the defense will get their hands on it. Going the other way. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth. And he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
92 yards rushing now for Gibson. He's got a first down. Here's Lawrence. And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. And the Bears are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get him next time out.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Here's Fields.
And the ball is knocked out. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
So now, I think even our referee is confused. The defense accepted the holding penalty, but they just got the ball on the fumble recovery, so that will be negated. That's a tough one to comprehend.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit after they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The strong windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens.
The kick by Bass is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So able to force forced the fumble, but then they really couldn't move the football, Charles, and they get 3 points out of it.
And they made sure they got something out of that takeaway, didn't they? Because even if they couldn't put it in the end zone, they were not going to turn the ball back to them without putting something on the scoreboard.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Play action. It's Fields. This is caught. It's Boyd. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
Well, still in the 3rd quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
From the 50, here's Fields.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
I'm sure there was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on.
Fields hit and the ball is loose.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
Now Fields.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Shaquille Griffin with a pick, and he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
No gain on the play there, second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On second down, Etienne once more.
And he'll take this one up to about the 23. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Lawrence to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Jalen Johnson.
And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Now the extra point. Now that shaves a bit off the lead. It's now a 23-point game.
Makes the score Express 30, Bears 7.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to return.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
They go play action with Lawrence.
Rolling to his right. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2, now Lawrence.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
On 2nd and 7,
Fields.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
It's a gain of 10. And the Bears first down.
On 1st down, Fields.
It's complete to Cruz. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. To throw again on second down. Fields going right side here, and that's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
Again, Fields.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Touchdown! A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year.
And the Bears get a bit closer.
Well, you know, you can't get all the points back at once, but baby steps, a good start.
A start that was sorely needed because this team looked like they might be out of this one, but getting a touchdown, getting back into it, gives them hope as they move forward.
And they're going to get the two-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Up to the 20.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Got an open man, finds Gibson.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
A give running right, Etienne.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 35-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time, it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's a defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
On 1st down, it's Fields.
He's got his man Cruz.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Jet sweep, Boyd with it. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this.
Touchdown, Bears! A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bears are able to cut into that deficit.
Koo able to connect on the extra point as this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high-percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Nick Bosa, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. The offense on third down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 16. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Critical play in this football game is if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7, and the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. To throw is Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 22 yards there, a first down.
And the Bears first down.
Here's Fields. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. Oh, look at the juke. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. First and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. Flush to his right. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Justin Fields, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Bears have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. Fields trying to throw for it. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done. Get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown! And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
You can break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 19-yard line.
From the gun, here's Fields.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Josh Allen from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And they'll let it go deep for Cruz. And got his man complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now a 1st down throw, Fields. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front. They're prepared for him to try and take off.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain there of 30 big ones.
I'm pretty sure any quarterback will tell you it's nice to have a tight end that can stretch the field. And how about him right there, working in the heart of the defense, and they connect on a very nice play downfield. A combination of talent and toughness to go into the briar patch.
And Fields going to have the 1st down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact.
Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal.
Back to throw, Fields.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Trayvon Walker in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer?
And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. So what can the Bears do here as they'll go for 2?
Here's Fields.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know there's some time on the clock, but I still think you kick the extra point there and don't go for 2 and go for the red back spot.
Yeah, time or no time. Why not just take the 1 and even the score?
And then that way, no matter what, at least you know what you're dealing with now. It's a whole different strategy. You got to decide whether you want the outside kick or just try to play defense and get the ball back.
4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't yet.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Here's Lawrence.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Ready to go.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down.
Bit of a pressure spot here for Tyler Bass.
This to get the lead up to 4.
The kick by Bass is good. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still a very rarefied error. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
And he returns this to the 22.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now Fields.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
One last throw here for Fields.
He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't.